We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go now. Hey, come on. Hey, eat. Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
2nd and 3. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Man, I got you.
They'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mack Wilson came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. First carry for James Conner, and this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
They run again on 1st down. Chubb And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Mack Wilson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now the man from nearby Columbus, Ohio, Benny Snell. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Eluding the pressure right. Now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Here we go. Here we go. 54. Oh, you got deep? Watch the twitch. Watch the twitch. 56. Pull it. High. Wahoo.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Now Chubb on 1st down, able to work his way forward for about 5. There to make the tackle, Steven Nelson.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
2nd and 5. It's caught by OBJ. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now when he...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Cameron Hayward attacking off the edge that time.
By Cameron Hayward. Brought down back at the 43-yard line.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll drop to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one. Deep left side. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Snell on the shotgun handoff. Now this will go for 5 up to the 33.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
3rd and 2. Now Roethlisberger. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down in those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bud Dupree. The 20, 10, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7.
Makes the score Steelers 10, Browns
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Three bud.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. Second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Mike 5-5.
2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Browns on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Big stop, let's go. Mike's 54.
They're going to look to throw. He finds his target, Beckham. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And this one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Check the gut.
They'll go with Snell here on 1st down. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Black 20. Check.
They'll run with Snell. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Good job. 180. Double.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. He sets to fire deep. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster. His first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The Browns drive about to get started. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Complete. It's Johnson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from... And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 32 on the play. He'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Taywan Taylor. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now back to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
They'll set up to throw. And Robinson with a big catch. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. This quarterback now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10.
Check the backer, check the backer. 22, check, bomber. 22, check, bomber.
Back to throw here. The quick slant caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. From 10 yards out, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now Roethlisberger. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case,
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. There he goes left side, and he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. They were looking for Johnson that time.
Intercepted. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Mike, 80. 53, Mike. Got to spin. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
They'll run on first down. Snell, and no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 47-yard line.
got double up, double up. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Check. Check out.
And again, it's Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. It's caught. Beckham. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down? One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here we go. 55. So we got man. Slant.
On a jet sweep, this is Johnson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a 1st down. What a boost for this offense that he can throw in a run like that after the success that he's had throwing the football.
I love that, being able to mix in something a little bit different just when you're starting to think that's all you're going to see. He changed it up, flipped the script on him, and boy, did it work to his offense's benefit.
And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. On the ground, it's Chubb. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Looking to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So on 4th down, out comes the Browns kicker, Austin Seibert. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Seibert's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. On second down, it's Snell. And an alley to run. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
At the 48-yard line.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. Flush to his right. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 27 yards there, a first down. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field.
Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. From 21 yards away, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Boswell good with the extra point, and that will tie us at 24. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The rookie from Michigan there defensively, that's Devin Bush making the play. The Browns on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Back to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session, but coach, I was throwing to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big
blitz coming, and down he goes. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. And the Steelers on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Hey, Haywood!
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They begin this drive with Chubb. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Under 10, 10, 36.
Now Chubb. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains.
2nd and 12 at the 36-yard line.
Buddy up, 54. Mike, 54. Hey, come on. Right there.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. A gain of 32 that time.
As a general manager, you're counting on your 1st and 2nd round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you've got something going, and we're seeing one right here.
Yeah, plays like that lead me to believe that they found a diamond in the rough. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
They run. Chubb. Oh, he goes over it. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
First and 10. That's their own 36-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now Snell. And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
On 2nd and 7, Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Here we go.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And he fires one, but incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
They'll try and throw for him with Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Taywan Taylor, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
Right there. 54 Mike. Yeah. 54 Mike. 54 Mike.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Trying to lay one up deep. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Vance McDonald. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are back within a single score. They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So a 7-point game, they'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3-and-out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Chubb. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage following the penalty. Chubb. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Going for it all. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Johnson was the intended receiver. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do... a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be... Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
44.
Back to the air, Roethlisberger after the pick 6. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 24. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering Is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 22-yard line.
Set, hut. Come on, 15 on it. 15 on it. Block 54. Block 54. Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball.
The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Cleveland, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.